Good morning, Buratni. Thank you for the chance. So today I would like to present external factors that can affect success in language learning. So today I would like to present 2 points of external factors. One of them is external motivations and environment. Let's start with external motivation. External motivations or extrinsic motivation actually come from outside individual. It means that people, friends, or environment around the students take a part to affect students' motivation. And there are 4 different stages that has been explained by Daisy and Ryan in Van Tankah and Tabakoi 2014. The first is external regulation, refers to behavior that expecting something, for example, students perform to gain something or avoiding consequences. The second one is introjected regulation. It's a stage that involving an internal motivation. For example, students do their homework, otherwise they feel guilty. They feel guilty is a kind of internal motivation here. And the third one is identify regulation, means performing an action causes them to gain accomplishment. The last one is integrating regulation. Is a stage that is a combination for other 3 stages and has a meaning that the motivation is developed to achieve individual achievement or purposes. For example, an athlete that still does exercise although they or he already popular, that they does exercise to keep his status as an athlete. And the next one is teaching and parents that provide external motivation. In learning process, external motivation is used to foster students to develop their language. Intrinsic motivation are provided by the teachers and parents who support students to understand and learn more about languages. There are 2 theories that has been provided. The first is Sue Bottom 2017 state that parents who place and support the language learning as an important process help students to progress quickly. And the second one is Sudas R 2013 providing students with enjoyable activities would help students increasing their motivation in learning a new language. It can be understood that teachers' methodologies and attitude towards students directly impact to the students' motivation and interest. In line with this, Marhazadeh 2016 also state that teacher attitude and learning tasks are vital for increased students' motivation. So in another hand, in providing external motivation, contextual materials also can take a part. According to Myler 2013, explains that giving students a contextual materials helps students to understand faster and get them excited to know more about the language. It also has been supported by Ratminingsih 2013b. Providing authentic materials are needed to enable students transferring what they have learned to their situation, to their daily life. Based on those theories, it can be clear that students see and find the relationship between what they learn to their daily life. It can stimulate their motivation to more master the target language. Students also easily understand the materials because it's related to their experience and prior knowledge. Contextual materials also can be a chance for the students to speak directly to a native speaker. By providing that activity, students are accepted can bring them in a real situation of English communication. The next one is providing external motivations by giving rewards. In some cases, there are expectations that students create in their head. Student motivation can be built if there are given some rewards from the teachers or parents as what they need. It also has been supported by Mahazadeh 2016, external motivation in the form of rewards or reinforcements that can be used as a temp to students in learning target language actively. From this statement, it can be explained that motivation have relation to what students need to fulfill their certification. Rewards such as grades and prizes are always associated to learning process. They need to gain rewards or prizes when they show a good performance, and also related to the statement of Ang and Ang 2015, rewards, giving good marks, simple praises are the best way to motivate underachieving students. In opposite, students' motivation can decrease and bring negative change if they are given extra homework, punishment, and strict rules. So as we know, in the classroom, students will come with a different degree of motivation, which means that teachers should think to modify it. So here it is. Maharzadeh 2016 already provide teaching strategies to empower students' motivation. The first is creating a positive, helpful, and open atmosphere. That means that the students need to know that it's okay to fail and learn from their mistake. The second one is establishing a sense of belonging. Make students feel wanted and needed by giving them a chance to share their opinions. And third one is ensuring students opportunity to success. The teachers is not giving a task neither not too easy nor too difficult. It is to make sure that students still think that they have opportunity to success in learning a new language. And the fourth is providing variety of real communication to encourage students to speak. It can be done by applying different methods, for example, applying role models, using audiovisual, or inviting guest speakers. And the next one is having a sense of humor. Telling a joke or fun story can helpful in attracting students' communication or attentions during learning practice. And balancing the challenge, the teachers do not give too simple tasks. It makes students think that their teachers is not believe in their ability in understanding the language, or teachers don't give a too difficult task that can make students feel anxious or think that English is difficult to be learned. And the last one is adopting a supportive support, which allows students to interact actively to their friends. It can be foster student motivation, creating fun learning and good performance. So environment. Continue to the next point, that is environment can be a vital factor that affects a successful language learning. In line with this, Sutsa Art 2013 explained that environment takes a place to affect students' learning achievement. It also has been supported by Brown in Putra 2011, state that classroom environment need to be stimulating, interesting, and engineering. So the teachers need to create a great atmosphere to make students more comfortable during learning activities. So according to Putra 2011, there are three factors in creating a great environment. The first is teachers' teaching style. It is related to the ability of the teachers to apply creatively strategy during teaching and learning language. The second one is the physical environment, which includes the seating arrangement, classroom walls, and boards. By creating a seating arrangement, it can make students more comfortable in following activities. The last one, the rule of native language. The students have their rule to deal with when appropriate using native language during learning languages. It is done to maximize students to practice in speaking skill and try to create a habit for students in English communication. Environment in outside of the classroom. So it related to the students' parents and the family. Parents take a big role in supporting students to learn a new language. According to Art 2013, A house environment is important for students, especially parents that will give attention and support. It can be seen, the support of the parents can be seen by the parents communicating as much as they can with their children in English. But for parents that don't have ability to speak English, they will support their children by sending them to a good English school. And then, environment also relates to exposure. Exposure can be considered successful if the students can use their English everywhere and every time according Al Zobi 2018. Exposure divided into two, it is described into two ways, exposure of ESL students and exposure of EFL students. If exposure of ESL students based according to Brown in Right Meaning 2013b state that exposure of ESL learners are rich, which means students not only using target language on the classroom but also outside the classroom. It is because a second language is already used as a major language. It helps students to have many opportunities to use the second language in their daily life and readily available outside the classroom. While for exposure of EFL, according to Brown in Right Meaning 2013b, explained that exposure of EFL learners are limited, that students do not have access to learn the language outside the classroom. It's because English is not used for education and don't have an important rules as well as a mother tongue. So that's why students or the teachers need to create a good activities to maximize students in applying their English skill in the classroom. So that's all about my presentation. So the next point will be explained by my friend Vita. Thank you.